Welcome to the lounge, all my fellow loungers, chillers, ballers, and grillers. Today we're doing a chilling and grilling. Right, Tom?
Yep.
Tom's the only person I have with me, other than maybe somebody that's standing back way out of the camera reach. Yeah, I wish Joe was here, but he's not. Besides that, I kind of don't really want Joe for this because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never made pasta before, and Weber never made pasta ever before either. I don't know if we said that or not. Did we say that, Tom?
I can't remember.
Did we come clean with Joe with that? He never... We wanted to make it look like that Weber was the know-it-all with this, and he bought me a pasta maker. He didn't buy me a pasta maker because, I mean, how weird would that be that he bought me a pasta maker?
Yeah, it'd be a bit weird.
That would be really weird. We wanted just to do that to Joe to drive him nuts. Never thought he was going to actually ruin it. We wanted to show how they turned out and everything. We didn't even get to that point of doing this. And now I don't know how to do this, and I'm going to learn, and you guys are going to learn with me. So now I get kind of a taste of how you guys feel watching me do this right now. All we need is 2 cups of flour, 3 large eggs, a half teaspoon of olive oil, extra virgin, and a half teaspoon of salt, really fine salt. Fine, like really small. Don't use coarse sea salt. Use fine sea salt, like the smallest you can find. Like you can't even see it sometimes. But
I think we get it.
Oh. So anyway, we're gonna get started. Wish me luck. I'm gonna wash my hands real good. First step you're gonna do, guys, take your 2 cups of flour. Now, there's a lot of different kinds of flour. We're just using, you know, your store-bought regular all-purpose flour. All-purpose flour. I know there's like 00 flour, and then there's this other stuff. I forget what it's called, but so salmonina.
What?
Subliminal.
Yeah, this sounds subliminal.
I'm a little static with my earpiece from my producer. So anyway, you want to make
It's
this
supposed to be used for the news.
make this a like a little volcano. It's pretty simple, right? So then now you're going to take your eggs and we're going to put them in the bowl here.
Yeah, I just realized something.
What's that?
We just did like a gaming video, now we're doing chilling and grilling. What is this, 2015 again?
What else do you want us to do, Tom?
I'm not saying like it's a bad thing, I'm just
I
saying.
mean, we're under quarantine right now. Nobody else can help us or anything.
No, I understand that.
I mean, we could have waited for this one because I know that, you know, Kevin really, he was looking forward to pasta night.
Yeah, and I know how Joe gets with this whole thing. You don't think Joe's gonna be that mad that we're doing this, will he?
Nah. If he is, too bad, because he had a chance to do it. He ruined it. And, you know,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
we went over the video several times. I'm going to rinse my hands off real quick, guys, because I just got egg all over it. Even though my hands will probably be in the egg soon. But right now...
Always better to have them washed.
Yeah. No, so he ruined it. He had a chance to do it. That's the way I look at it.
I mean, yeah, that is it. Definitely.
We were going to learn how to do it that day. We were pretty close.
We were pretty much done.
We were ready to that step right there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I can put that aside right now, guys, because we really aren't ready for this yet.
Nah, that might just get in the way.
So get yourself a fork and mix up your eggs a little bit like you're making scrambled eggs, but try not to get air in there. You just want to mix them up a little bit easier than mixing up in there and messing all the flour up. I like scrambled eggs. You like scrambled eggs?
Well, yeah.
Tom likes omelets, so he likes a lot of crap in his eggs.
I mean, I'm fine with just scrambled eggs too.
Okay, so there I have it. I have it mixed up now.
Okay.
So I'm going to pour that in the center. And then I'm going to put my olive oil in there. And I put more than a half a teaspoon in here, guys, because if you think about it, there's probably a half a teaspoon still stuck inside of this. And that's, if you were pouring it straight in to the thing, then I would say just put a half teaspoon in, you know, with a little teaspoon, a half teaspoon thing. But then put the salt in there. Okay, now what you're going to do, now guys, listen, I watch videos on this. So that's how I got a little taste of what you guys do. So I watch videos, so you just kind of want to bring a little bit of the flour in from the sides and kind of mix it up a little bit.
So what you're saying is you're an expert.
I'm not an expert at all because I watched videos on it.
Yeah, but you watch the video, so now you're an expert, right?
No, not at all.
What?
And so you want to mix up the flour that's in there slowly. Now, if you were doing this on the table, the problem with this could be that if you kind of like breach the wall, you could have eggs rolling down the side, which wouldn't be terrible.
It's just messy.
Right. So I'm saving that mess for later, but that I won't have this runny eggs there. So it's kind of weird how it's like it doesn't really mix. It just kind of sticks to the fork.
Kind of coagulates.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep bringing in some flour slowly and mix it up. This is the fun part. Not at all. And that's what sucks because we had all this done before, all the hard part. And I had a buddy system where I had Kevin doing all the kneading and everything and stuff with it. And now it's just me because Tom's got to hold the camera and then the other entity won't come on camera. So yeah, I got a lot of problems. So this is just me just mixing this up like this. I don't remember what they did when they got to this next, like, I don't know if you just keep doing this and then all of a sudden you're just like getting them hands in there and getting dirty. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen soon.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Is that what we did last time?
That's kind of what I'm going off of.
Oh.
Because it seemed like we did everything right.
Yeah, okay, so I had enough of the fork. And now it's time to get my hands dirty. So, oh, yeah. It's like really cold, sticky Play-Doh. It smells
Lovely.
good though. So yeah, just mix this together.
I'm sure it probably smells better than Play-Doh.
Did you ever taste Play-Doh?
No, I haven't.
No?
No.
I gotta admit, I never have either. No, I have.
I was gonna say that question's a little bit too suspicious to just say, no, I totally haven't.
To tell you the truth, I can't remember why I did when I was young taste Play-Doh, other than for the fact that I wanted to taste Play-Doh.
I mean, I can kind of understand the logic behind a little kid being like, oh, colorful thing that looked like cookie dough, going to take bite.
Okay, so it's starting to come together a little bit. I think I have half of it on my hand.
Yeah, looks like it.
But so we're going to keep on doing this. And then once we get it to a certain point, now from what I heard from people, not me, other people in the videos and stuff, don't get discouraged if it seems like it's really dry. Because it's going to until you get to a certain point. Then it'll get a little bit
Yeah, I remember the
better.
first time we made it.
Yeah, right?
It looks like you're doing it about the same
Pretty
as it
much
was
the
the
same.
first time.
Yeah. It just seems like there's some flour down here that doesn't want to cooperate with the rest of it, you know?
Well, make it cooperate.
I'm trying to, Tom.
Well,
Don't get on my nerves.
if it's not cooperating,
You'll get dough right upside your head.
why would you ruin Bossa night?
All right, Kevin. All right, so I'm going to keep doing this. We'll bring it back on when I'm ready to the next step, which will be to knead it on the table. I think it's like 8 minutes you got to do this. And then we will...
Yeah, something like that.
We'll have to let it rest after that because it's going to get tired after I beat it up for a while. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, you flour your table or your surface. And I'm dumping it all there.
Now, get it? Need all of it?
Yes, yeah, that's a good one. So, yeah, now we're going to get into the really good stuff where we're. And now, from what I saw, is if you're really getting it to where it's really sticky, you might want to wet your fingers to get it a little bit. So we're gonna manipulate this for a while. I'm probably gonna have to wet my fingers if it doesn't start coming together better than this soon. So. Yeah, we gotta keep doing this for about 8 to 10 minutes, guys. So, stay tuned.
Looks like fun.
Okay, guys, so
Oh, that looks
Looks
right
a little
about how we
different.
had it before Joe ruined it.
yeah, and like if you push it down, it should come back up like that. And that's what I saw in the video, so it looks good.
I think we did it.
Okay, so now, if you guys remember from before when we did this, you want to look at this little nifty thing, huh?
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Neat.
So wrap her up and let her sit for about
Half an hour, was it?
at least a half hour, maybe 45 minutes.
Something like that.
In the meantime, you could take a nap because you're physically exhausted from kneading that dough the whole time. Or, in my case, replenish yourself with a drink at Larry's Lounge.
Was that self-advertisement?
Yeah.
Alright.
Since you're waiting for this half hour to go by, what not a better time for me to teach you how you make a kamikaze if you're 21 and over.
If you're not, then just skip to the next part.
Get some crushed ice, and what I do is I just put cubes in there and then I beat the crap out of it with a meat tenderizer. Fill up your shaker, like so. And what you're going to do is get a little vodka. Our favorite is Tito's. Sponsorship? Possibly. So you want to get 2 ounces of that. Some people do that by just doing glub glubs. So there's 1 and 2. Okay. Put your vodka aside. Now you get your triple sec. Now we're going to do about 3/4 of an ounce on that. So I got a half ounce side on here, whole ounce on here. I just use the whole ounce and I fill it 3/4 of the way up. Pretty simple. Okay, they're the main ingredients right there. Now I'll take a lime and roll her out. Get them juices nice and flowing in there. Cut it. Now it says to use, you know, that you could use 3/4, but I don't measure my lime. I just use a whole lime. So squeeze it in there. Now you could use real lime juice, you know, that they call it real lime juice, but I don't think it even tastes like real lime
I was
juice.
gonna say, as opposed to the not
fake-
real limes
fake
that we're
lime.
using right now.
No, they sell it. It's in a container. It's called real lime juice, and I don't really care for that much. I don't think it tastes like real lime. Some people think it's fine though. Now put your lid on it and shake her up. And this is ice cold. I mean, like, to tell you, this, like, my fingers are, if I licked it, my tongue would be stuck. That's how cold it is. No, I'm not doing it, Tom. No,
Yeah, why not?
I double dog dare you.
Nah.
That's what I thought. Shake her up. And then, you can see how cold it is. See the ice on the outside of it?
Condensation,
They
but yeah.
yeah. So, then we're gonna just pour this in here, like so. You might say to yourself, why do you have 3 shot glasses? Well, Tom's having one. I'm having one.
And you may ask yourself, well,
How
how did I get here?
There we go, guys. Because obviously there was just enough in there for 3. So, one was pretend for Joe, one was for Kevin, and one was for me. But anyway, these are delicious. Tom is going to drink one.
Yeah.
And the other one's for the invisible person that we have here. It's a good way to waste a little time while you're waiting for your dough to get ready and get set. That's so much better. I know you guys saw, and if you have a beer, a Corona especially, because there's lime in that, that's extra tasty. And now, it makes cooking fun. Okay, so it's been a half hour. And we're gonna see what we got here. Okay, so we got a roll. Isn't that what it looks like? Kind of looks like a roll. I'm gonna put a little flour, sprinkle a little flour over it, because you know why? It was a little sticky on the outside. So I'm going to cut this now in quarters. Wow. Look, I just want you to marvel at that. Just marvel at that, Tom, if you will.
Okay.
All right. So now we have it in quarters. It's going to be easier to work with this way, guys. So we're gonna put a couple of these, 3 of them aside, and we're just gonna go with one. Now I'm going to use a roller for this. My heavy-duty roller.
Made of marble.
Yes, and this is heavy. Flour up there. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing right now, guys. So
Yeah, we didn't quite get this far last time.
And to tell you the truth, it wouldn't matter because Weber didn't know, did he, Tom?
Nope.
And you know what's neat about this? Is while you're rolling it, it just goes right back to the same shape that you had before. It's like, is it getting any bigger, Tom?
It looks flatter.
Okay, so we're gonna take that like that. Now, you have this on your largest setting, which for this is number 7. For a lot of other ones, it's not. It's the opposite. But we like to get things backwards here at the house. So we're gonna put this here.
It is kind of true, ain't it? Like, everything that we happen to get in this house is just backwards.
And we're going to, and you wanna, you kind of, when you put this through, you wanna keep your hand on there. You don't want it to really fold.
Yeah, imagine folding's probably no good.
So we made a canoe. I can row.
Yes.
Canoe? I have dad jokes. I'm here all day, guys. So then you want to fold this in thirds. I forget how many times you want to run it through this. I think it's like probably like 3 to 5 times, something like that. So fold it like that, but then put it through the opposite way now. And as you can see, when I'll show you when I bring it out the other way, it's getting a little flatter.
How hard is it to turn that crank?
It's not terribly hard. So we're going to do that again. Put that flattener out there, and this is oddly satisfying. It's almost like split. You remember when we were using the splitter outside, Tom?
Yeah.
Remember when you told me that it was like it's satisfying? It's kind of weird. It is. All right, we're going to do this one more time because I want to.
Well, if there were any reason.
Okay, and then after that, we're going to put it on a different setting. And I made a tie. I made a tie, but maybe it goes like this, a clown tie. So now, guys, we're going to take it and we're going to put the setting onto, I believe, number 6. I'm looking for directions. 6, and we're going to fold this again. I believe, do we fold it again? I don't know. I don't think we folded it again. I think we just put it through it. And then you fold it after you come all the way through. Make sure you get your hand back here, because now we're making it just a little bit skinnier. And how many times do we put it through number 6? Just one time. That's it, one time.
Oh, is it?
Isn't that, it's kind of cool looking. It kind of feels kind of cool.
It looks like pasta.
I'm having fun. It's funny how kamikazes work on you. They hit you like kind of like a kamikaze. Yeah. So now you want to put it on number 5. Okay? And there's a little dial, you got to pull it out, put it in.
Well, if you have this model.
So then now we're going to take that and we're going to go through number 5. And each time it's getting thinner, kind of like my hair got. Thinner and thinner and thinner. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Supposedly you want to make this so thin, you want to be able to read a letter through it. That's what they say.
Interesting.
That's what they say. Well, so now we want to go through the number 4 or 3.
Oh, we're at 5.
You want to go through 4. You want to go through now. You want to go through 4 now. I can go a little faster. I haven't been going a little slow for you guys. Look at that. Still can't read.
Now it's actually the size of the
Still
tie.
can't read. So now you want to go to number 3. Seems like we're going all the way down to number 1 eventually.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Well, it's folding.
It's easier if you have kids. This would be a lot easier. And actually, realistically, you want to make this as, from my understanding, as thin as you like pasta. You can make it a little bit thicker if you want. I'm going to go down to number 2 for me and see what that does right now. And if anybody has a problem with this, they can see me after the show. Let's see, this is a little tricksy because it's like I need like 4 hands and I only have 2 because Tom has to work on the camera right now and I have to, because what happens is if it actually, wow, if it actually folded, it could stick together, which could be a little bit of a problem. Look at this, guys. Remember what we started with? Now look at that. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop there, and I'm going to cut this because this is a little long. So I'm going to cut this in half. Roughly 10 inches you could cut it, but I'm going to cut it right about there. There we go, guys. Now, here comes the fun part. Now we're going to put this up to here, and this is going to make our fettuccine noodles. And what you want to get at this point, you want to get a well-dusted dusted with flour cookie tray. See how magically things appear around here? It's kind of fascinating, really, if you think about it. So, what we're going to do, you could square this off if you wanted to. I'm not really caring about aesthetics right now. Are you, Tom?
Not really.
Good. So now we're going to just do this and try to keep these out like this. Which, you know what? I went the wrong way. You want to keep going the same way, or you're just going to, you know, you got to hold that up too. So I'm just going to go like that. There we go. Okay, you're going to take them, right? Put them on your tray. Get them nice and dusted like that, and then just keep so forth and so forth through this. I'm pretty excited about actually eating this now, to tell you the truth. I did not think that this was going to work. I thought I needed more help than this. And again, make sure you're turning it the right way. It's hard when you're by yourself and just invisible people are around you. Look at that, guys. This is going to be pretty cool. So then I'm going to do that for 3 more now. Get my whole tray of noodles there, and then when I'm ready to start actually cooking them and everything, then we'll get to the next step. So after 16 hours, no, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that long. Seemed like it. No, it actually didn't. Here we have the noodles all done here, guys. Look, they look fabulous. I cannot wait to eat these things, but you don't want to eat them yet because we got to cook them. So we're going to get our water on the stove. We're going to start boiling that. And then we'll get to that step. But I want to just tell you guys, all we're doing is we're just going to use a little Rinaldi tomato sauce here for this because we didn't want to get fancy with different sauces or anything. Or we wanted to do the noodles. So we wanted to concentrate on the noodles because we never made them before. Hopefully they turn out fabulous. I think they're going to. It was pretty easy, to tell you the truth. Now, I exaggerate when I say 16 hours, blah, blah, blah. It takes a little bit of time to do that, especially because you have to, oh, that was my knee. Because you have to let them rest. You know, the dough, you have to let it rest for a half hour.
Right. It's simple, but it takes time.
It's a little physical work when especially when you're kneading it. That's probably the worst part of it. Other than that, I'll tell you what, if it tastes really good to me, I'm never going to eat store-bought spaghetti ever again. I'm just saying. So let's get to the next step. Our water is now at a rolling boil. So we're going to take the lid off of that and leave the lid off because we're not going to be using that again. Now the water, again, guys, remember, put about a tablespoon of salt in there. with your water, okay? So now I'm going to take my pasta and I am going to make sure that it's not clumped. Not good to be clumpy.
Very important.
So I'm going to just start putting that in here like this. Ooh. And then after I get them in, make sure that they're all in there. Got to make sure that you bring that back up to a boil. You want to give it a slight little stir, gentle stirs, guys. You don't want to break them up or anything, just some gentle stirs in there. Bring that back up into a boil, and then you're going to want to, about 2 to 3 minutes, once it gets back to a boil, check it out, taste it, see how it tastes. As soon as it's ready, if you like it al dente, you want to stop it sooner. If you like it a little bit more well done, just let it cook a little bit longer. And then, of course, we already have our sauce warming up, and then we can plate it. So as soon as it's done, turn the camera back on. So now, guys, it's done, because what we did is we tasted it. And this went a little bit longer. I think we could have put it down to number 1, but Tom likes thick pasta.
Yep.
I do too, though. I like some pasta with some meat on it, even though there's no really meat on there.
Like them thick.
Should have made some meatballs for this. What's a spaghetti without a meatball?
Yeah, would it be a spicy meatball?
A spicy meatball. So there you go, guys. Tom, get a little look on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil on there. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to flip her around a little bit more. And this is so that it doesn't stick. There we go, guys. Next thing you know, we're going to plate it. Okay, guys, so what I did is I put some spaghetti on there. Well, this is pasta. This isn't spaghetti.
It's closer to fettuccine.
Yes, exactly. And now you could cook it in the sauce, but not everybody likes the sauce cooked on it. And you know what would be really good for this? Would be a little bit of parsley, but we don't have any. Because we had it on the counter and it went bad, so we had to throw it away.
They just
So
keep bad parsley on the counter.
we're just going to take a little bit of some of our cheese on top there.
Besides, like you said, the point of this isn't, the sauce and the toppings, it's the pasta.
Right, a little Parmesan cheese on there.
And it's kind of a basic pasta dish, but
It's basic. This is how we're going to try it, just because it was mostly about the pasta. It wasn't necessarily about any of the sauces or anything like that. We'll refine that and we'll make better dishes with this stuff. But this is how we're just testing it now.
gotta start somewhere.
But anyway, guys, would you like me to taste it? Should I taste it on camera? I guess I should.
Taste it on camera. You got a fork right there. Never mind, I'll get you a fork.
We won't use that fork because
Now, where is it so I don't step
just-
on it? There,
it just jumped right out of my hand. Did you see that?
I saw it.
All right. So, guys, oh, it's a hot.
It's a hot one.
That looks like really hot. Okay, let me wait here. I'm gonna burn my mouth. I've been messed up for a week now. That's fabulous. Guys, I'm telling you, I've heard this before from people. I mean, watch the homemade pasta is way better than store-bought any time of the week. Try it out. It wasn't that hard to make. I'm kind of proud of myself. I can't wait for Tom to taste it, and you guys to taste it at home too.
I can't wait either.
Huh?
I can't wait either.
Okay. Until next time, guys, grab yourself something cold to drink, put your feet up and relax. We'll meet you at the lounge. Joe, Kevin, Weber, sorry.
Sorry you missed pasta night.